Hello everybody, welcome to Shyam's Storytime. My name is Shyamala and I am a passionate storyteller. Today we are going to listen to the next episode of King Vikramaditya series. Are you ready to listen? The name of today's episode is Cry and Laugh. King Vikramaditya walked back to the drumstick tree, pulled the corpse, hung it on his shoulders and started to walk towards the crematorium. As he was walking, the Vetal told him one more story. So once upon a time, there was an old Brahmin and his wife who did not have any child at all. They prayed to God for many years. Gradually, they even became very old. To their surprise, in their old age, they were blessed with a son. They were so happy. They showered all their love and affection on this little boy and raised him. He was named Devasoma. 𝐕𝐢𝐤𝐵𝐷 was loved by one and all, not just his family members, but everybody in that village. When he came to the age of 16, 𝐕𝐤𝐤 fell sick. Eventually, he died. The parents could not take this sorrow at all. In fact, this child was born to them at a very old age, and they were thinking that this boy is going to take care of them. They thought that this boy would grow up and live the longest life. But suddenly here he was at the age of 16, lying in front of them as a corpse. They cried their hearts out, not just the parents, everybody in that village, all of them shared this sorrow. 𝐕𝐤𝐤's parents said they don't want to part with the body of their son. All the elders in that village came and told them that is not okay, whatever it is. If a person dies, he has to be taken to the crematorium. So they were somehow convinced, and all the family members, everybody in that village picked up the corpse and they walked towards the crematorium. In the crematorium was an old sage. He was into occult practices. And as he was doing his prayers, he realized that there was a bow of sorrow that engulfed the entire crematorium. When he inquired, he found out that a young boy at the age of 16 had died. So the parents, the family members and everybody else is totally grief-stricken. Now the old sage looked at his own body. He is into occult practices, as I said, and he wanted to do many things with all the knowledge that he had gathered. But here was his body, which was very old, and soon he was going to die, he knew. But right in front of him, he saw the body of this young boy, 16-year-old. So this old sage decided that he would get out of his own old body and enter the body of this little boy. Then he will have a fresh body, which is going to stay healthy, so he can do a lot of occult. Thinking so, he walked towards the crowd that was there, along with the body of 𝐕𝐤𝐤. The moment the sage came there, he shed tears for a while, and suddenly he started to feel so joyful. The Vetal stopped the story here and asked King Vikramaditya, why did the old sage cry first and then laugh later? The Vetal also reminded the king that if he uttered a word, he would fly back to the drumstick tree. But if he knows the answer to the riddle and stays quiet, his head will burst into a million pieces. King Vikramaditya, as always, had an answer for this riddle also. He said that the old man of old age first cried because he was so used to being in his own body all these years. Now he had to just drop this body and get out of it. So he felt bad and he cried. The moment he remembered that he is going to enter the body of this boy, which was healthy, he felt happy about it because his body is going to stay healthier and longer, at which time he can learn a lot more of occult practices. That is why he was joyful, said King Vikramaditya. Immediately, the Vetal said, you have given the right answer, but it disengaged itself from the king and flew back to the drumstick tree. Did King Vikramaditya go back to the tree once again? You have to wait for the next episode. Did you enjoy today's story? If you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel Shyam's Storytime. You will have access to all the stories that I upload. Every Saturday, you get a story from King Vikramaditya series in English, and on Sundays, you get a story about Panchatantra in Tamil. Watch, listen, and enjoy all the stories. My name is Shyamala, and I am a passionate storyteller. I will meet you in the next episode. Bye-bye.